So for meal number 1, we had stuffed cabbage rolls, and this was a meal suggestion from a subscriber, Holly Archuleta. Ours might be a little bit different than some, so I'm going to go ahead and show you how we made them. We started out with 1.5 pounds of a mix of ground beef and ground pork. Of course, if you don't eat pork, you can always just use ground beef. We added in 1 slightly beaten egg and some salt and pepper. Then we're going to add in about 1 teaspoon each of seasoned salt and onion powder, 1/2 teaspoon of oregano, 1 tablespoon of parsley, 1/2 cup of breadcrumbs, and 1 tablespoon of minced garlic. And I'll put all these measurements down in the description box below. Once those spices are all mixed in, we're also going to add in 1 cup of instant rice. Then we just cut out the hard stem, is that what you call it, out of the purple cabbage leaves and rolled the mixture up inside. Usually we'll use green cabbage for this, but the store was out that day, so purple it is. We also made half of the meat rolls without the cabbage because I'm the only one that eats it, and these hold together just fine in the sauce. So in our Dutch oven, we have a few tablespoons of melted butter, 1 tablespoon of basil, and about 1 teaspoon each of parsley, seasoned salt, oregano, garlic powder, and onion powder. After those spices cooked in the butter for a little bit, we're going to add in 1 can of tomato sauce. We added in half the can before we put in the cabbage rolls, and then we'll put in the rest of the can. Now we're just going to add in about 2 cups of vegetable juice until the cabbage rolls are almost completely covered. And we'll put the lid on our Dutch oven and put this in a 350-degree oven for about 45 minutes to an hour. Halfway through, we'll stir them around a little bit just to make sure all sides are cooked. These cabbage rolls are so good, they're one of my favorites. They're especially good during the winter, so thank you, Holly, for the meal idea. Next, we made a Southwest-style chicken salad sandwich. These were so delicious, and this was one of those meals where it was last minute, we just kind of threw it together so we didn't measure. So I don't have exact measurements for you, but you can always adjust the ingredients to your liking. So we have 2 chicken breasts boiling to shred, and to make the chicken salad, we're going to add some salt and pepper, seasoned salt, paprika, sriracha, yellow mustard, barbecue sauce, mayo, Worcestershire, and brown sugar. This was super easy and super quick to throw together, and we just served this on some hamburger buns with lettuce and bacon and some fries on the side. This had to be the best chicken salad I've ever had. I could definitely eat this for lunch as well anytime. Next up, we have some sticky sesame ribs with roasted potatoes and Asian green beans. We started off by coating both sides of our pork ribs with red pepper paste, and then we're going to sprinkle on a rub made with salt and pepper, garlic powder, ground ginger, and onion powder. Then we're just going to wrap these in foil and put them in a 325-degree oven for 4 to 5 hours until they're tender and falling off the bone. While they're in the oven, we made a sauce with some ketchup, hoisin sauce, molasses, brown sugar, onion powder and garlic powder, honey, ginger, soy sauce, rice vinegar, salt and pepper, and butter. We sliced some baby red potatoes in half to roast them. We started them off in a skillet with butter cut side down. Then we just added in some salt and pepper and parsley. Once our ribs were almost done, we stuck these in the oven right along with it. Then we're also basting our ribs with that sauce we made for the last few minutes of cooking. And we made some easy Asian green beans. We just used frozen green beans and added in some beef broth, minced garlic, and soy sauce. Then we added some sesame seeds right on top. These turned out so delicious with so much flavor, and they were so tender, you can see them coming right off the bone. The next night, we headed over to a friend's house, And they made us some fajitas with some chips and queso and rice. For the last meal of the week, we had some company over and we made a whole bunch of stuff both on the grill and in the kitchen. They brought over some boneless beef ribs and barbecue chicken wings and all the sides, and Adam made the meat on the grill while the girls hung out inside getting everything else ready. We're going to be making some green beans with potatoes, some baked beans, and some mac and cheese. We also have some chips and fresh salsa, and we're going to make some cornbread, one with jalapeno and one without. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this week's video, make sure to hit that like button. And if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe down below and hit that notification bell. We make What's for Dinner videos every Sunday.